Morning, folks. How we doing? It's Wednesday, June 15th, 2016, 7:45 a.m. 5 movement, 4 fortitude, spiritual. I'm getting knowledge. It's like moving with fortitude for spiritual knowledge. Oh, okay. That perfectly fits what we're about to talk about. I've been up for a good while, but kind of doesn't feel like it. There's a big Ceres problem. It's bad that it exists. It was made to exist by the original first being male and female foremost. They're the ones that made this happen. Folks, you can't use the fact that the original male and female original first being male and female are the cause of all your problems. They kind of are, but let me rephrase that. They're the cause of most all the problems that exist, but at the same time, like the improper format of creation, things that are done to mess up your life. But at the same time, we do things sometimes of our own free will that kind of screw us up. The thing is, now they're gone. They've been deleted, so you don't have that to deal with. The original first angels, almost all of them, we're going into people's crowns. Going right through the top crown, then the middle crown, then the bottom crown, right into the hypothalamus with energy and literally telling you what to think. And you really thought that to be your own thoughts because they went to the hypothalamus, where between the hypothalamus and the heart is where understanding's actually made. They just went right in you. They were made to do that by the original first being male and female. There are some of the original first angels that when it was time, when they got out, they were loose. They decided not to attack our embody, and there's over 100 of them, and they've been cranked up. They've been given some strong energy as long as they had the right attitude inside. And there's 100 of them, very strong, powerful, original archangels. Raphael and Gabriel, all the rest of those, the ones that you gave those names to, they're all dead. They're gone. Archangel Michael's still alive. Lucifer, he's still hanging around. Okay, he's frozen. He was made to be the original protector. He's made different for a reason, but it's things are going to be fine as soon as Ares free and together again. Excuse me, but anyway, there's a gentleman, Timothy Palno Jones. Excuse me. That is working with these angels. You can reach him at 100 angels at outlook.com. It's HUNDRED. Spell it out. 100angels.com at outlook.com. Anyway, I want to talk about misinformation on the internet. This is a serious thing. There's so many of you that I'm running into that are incredibly intelligent and trying to make sense of all the crap you've heard on the internet, and even sometimes trying to pull some of the total bull crap that's in the Bible. Folks, if you take a ton of turd and stir it up and put sugar in it and sparkles like you put on ice cream and chocolate syrup, you still have crap. Period. Am I annoyed? Well, yeah, I am. At who? I'm annoyed that it exists. This stuff came. This is the brainchild of the original first being male and female while they still existed. They're dead, but they actually made this, created this way, along with the law of the lawless act of attraction. There's a lot of people out there running around and say, well, gee, Jay, the law of attraction, with it not being real, how do I get what I want? Well, you don't. If you want something, you work hard towards it. I've heard this from hundreds of people. Well, 100 people, over 100 people, not hundreds, but over 100 people. It just blows the mind. It's like, wow, but there's this thing that wants me to have it. I said, really? Why don't you have it? If it wants you to have something, it is saying that you can't have it until you learn how to ask right, you have to think right, then I give it to you. What the hell kind of a omnipotent, loving being is that? If there was something I could give it to you and you were supposed to have it and it wanted you to have it, you'd have it. And if everybody had what they wanted, where's the stress that's supposed to be involved in your life? Not abuse, but stress to help your spirit grow. I've watched you all grow from a single orb of energy into that was nothing but the actual spirit itself, which it's a lot. But where I'm trying to go here is, as that's form of energy, that the orb of energy vibrated and split into male and female, a natural process. Everything does except for angels energy. Then literally you go out and start having lives, and after you had enough lives, you start developing different focal points within your own energy field. There's data, which is like the brain. There's solar plexus, which is the basic energy field. So it's like the whole body of energy has solar plexus in it, but within the solar plexus, there's brain, and then there's heart, and then there's emotion. Okay? So that's literally how you start developing. That doesn't happen until you start having lives. So having lives helps your body evolve. The harder the life, you start evolving a little quicker and a little bigger, only to a small point. It's just a small extra bit of aggression in your life, of difficulty. I should say difficulty, not aggression. Can actually make you grow a little bit more. But as soon as you get past that little point, then you build up abuse frequencies and everything's screwed up. Okay? It makes you sick. So, all this misinformation is to keep you frustrated. Law of attraction, what does that produce? Everyone's told not to think about anything negative. You must have nothing but the best thoughts. Well, that includes about buying all my information, my books and everything, the courses. You know, you get to a certain stage, then you get to another stage. We might even give you a pin. Who knows? You know? We'll teach you how to teach other people do this. Just keep sending us money. Damn, really? It leaves you frustrated because you never get anywhere. Okay? It also makes everyone what? Complacent. Oh, just think the best. Only think the best. Otherwise, you're going to bring the bad stuff to you and you can't have everything you want. You have to think the best of everybody. That builds what? A pasture full of lambs? Just like the Lamb of Christianity, the Lamb of God. You know, Jesus Christ, whatever. All the people. It's the lambs that shall inherit the earth. Yeah. Okay, I can see a pasture full of lambs, you know, calm people, you know, turn your other cheek and let someone beat the heck out of that too. And that pasture of lamb is eventually going to wind up lamb chops. You're being taught to be docile, number one, to keep begging and praying to that original first being to feed its ego. Number one. Number two, those things that control you on the planet, the physical, that are in the physical body, they were being controlled. Now everything's just running around nuts. I've had so many people since 2010 coming up, Jay, things are crazy. I said, yeah, there's some stuff going on the other side. And they think I'm nuts. But yet it just keep coming back. And then I said, Jay, you know, this just happened. I said, yeah, well, this just happened on the other side, fighting. And they're like, okay. What do you say? People think they can't be run. I was just talking with Ann, I think it was last night before, about a friend of mine. He was Sir Galahad, and he's working at a coffee place. And I was having a bad day. Okay, you know, people look at me sometimes to be more than what I am. Please don't. I'm a simple janitor. Okay, I'm the old man in overalls. Just leave it alone. Nothing's any better than anything else. And if it is worth a damn, it doesn't want to be. Okay. So, because she was needing to understand that she's waking up, and she's been, hit with, like everyone else, stuff from the internet. Anna is so intelligent, it'll blow your mind. She's been abused so hard. She was she's one of the primary focal points of Lily, and let's just leave it there. She's incredibly powerful. She's mostly solar plexus. Other stuff's working too, but she's a powerhouse, man. It's wild. I cranked her up in 2014. She came to me for crank up. We had to do it over the phone because her Skype wouldn't work. We were being kept away because I needed to meet with Karen and get the Tiger Lily out of her. But there's things happening on the other side, folks. There's some control of what's happening, but it's not happening with everyone yet. It's not gonna happen creation wide until soon, before the end of the year. I just remember something else. Anyway, but she is just spot on. When we did our crank up, I even told her, I'm watching myself put energy into her. She was literally reaching out and pulling my heart into her, like it belongs there. Well, it did. That was nuts. The feeling. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to overstep my boundaries and disrespect Anne's privacy. I'll never do that. I love her. Okay, it's very serious. The love we actually have, that I can feel, that very few of you can feel yet, is when we're out of body. The kind of love we have for things out of body is so clean and so beautiful. It's unreal. But I understand it. I see it. Just like I understand and see everything else running around, almost everything else. It's hard to wake up, folks. It's not easy. But once you've started and you're on your way, there's always curves in the road when you're driving. But you know what? It's okay because you're cruising down the road. You're going. It's getting those first few steps going. It's like driving a car with a clutch in it. You got to ease the clutch out. There's a little bit of a rough spot when you first take off. But anyway, I'll be doing an introduction with Anne when she's ready. It's up to her. If she waits too long, I'll get a little pushy. But there's only this much. I've said before a few times. The only thing I really have any fear about is not doing my job. But I mean, the only thing that would make me think twice about something is a big piece of Lily, and that's Anne. Anyway, so back to the main topic. Yeah, I love talking about her. The internet has been fed with a ton of lies. And there's a lot of anxiety and hype in there. Okay? Plus there's a lot of hype in everyone's lives. When you go to look at the news, you have all these lights flashing. Folks, there's words, I see them, there's words inside the lights. They call it subliminal, whatever, I don't care. Some of it isn't actual words. Some of it is frequencies. It goes directly into thought. I can see it happening as words. It's data processing that's put in your brain just every time you watch the news. There's so much stuff going on that y'all aren't aware of. It's disgusting. Not that you don't know, but I mean, not that you can't see it yet, but it's disgusting that it's being done to you. So, I want to set a few things straight. There's so much crap said on the internet, I can't address all that now, and I'm not going to. I don't have the time, and I'm not going to waste that much time, but there's some things that are very important that you need to know. Number one, all your religions are full of crap. You know what's real? You. And the abilities that you haven't learned how to use yet. That's what's real. The abilities, the incredible abilities you have that you don't even realize, you can't even find a way to accept that you could actually have that available to you. You're putting so much strong self-doubt that you can't even see it for yourselves. That's what pisses me off, that it was done to you. You were given lives to back that up. It's in life all the way around you. It's part of creation. It's made like that so you can never really see the original first being, male and female, for who they are. Yeah, I'm pissed. Folks, I'm as aware as you can possibly be in body, maybe a little more. Okay? I'm all over the place. Literally. I know who I am, what I am. I've been waiting since the very first life anyone had that I was part of, Lily and Ara, for this to be stopped. The Drachk and the Antids are incredible people. I'm going to go there in a minute, but let me tell you about the Drachk. Okay? The very first life that was had was Ara and Lily, back when we were one piece. And it was on Gera, the energy that's in that Essonite. Some people call it Zez-Tulited. It's Essonite. There's no Zez beings. That, you know, it's such a false BS name. The Zez beings that fly around the universe, you know, and their spirit bodies. They don't have physical bodies. If they don't have physical bodies, what the hell are you doing in a starship? I mean, as soon as I saw the woman that actually came up with this stuff, I said, wow, she's got a lot of anger. She's got some issues and everything. And I saw her just literally taking something and building it into something like this. And then the founder of, or the one who has a copyright on the Zez-Tulited, Simmons or something, he's written a few books. Everything's about the enlightenment. I mean, oh, for Pete's sake, the stones have frequencies that work on different parts of your body. It's all disinformation to sell this, sell that. I came up with the name Essonite and Star Essonite just to let you know there's I've got a copyright on my materials, but anybody uses that anytime they want. Why not? It's not about me, it's about the stone. Damn. Stones have energy, frequencies within them. It's the only spirit in any stone is that of the planet. Okay? It's Gaia in that planet. Moldavite has Male. M-O-L-L-A-E is what she said, you know, please call me this. And I'm like, okay. She's cool, very loving. Gera comes from her planet, Gera. The very first planet that ever had life on it, and that goes back to these lives I was talking about. Anyway, so let me tell you about the history of the Drachk. The very first Drachk ever made. Very first pair of Drachk ever made. The very first life ever had. Lily and I were literally on Gera. There was plant. There was earth energy and reptiles, weird looking ones. Vicious? Oh, hell yes. You think a dinosaur's scary? Ha! Yeah, not quite. Anyway, we were just relaxing. Everything was wonderful. We were feeling physical love, which was new to us. The love we had was incredible, but being in a body for the first time, it was kind of exciting. We made our own bodies. This is the very beginning. And remember, we were plant, animal, planetary, star, fae, everything all mixed up in one. Okay? We made some bodies that were pretty strange looking. Okay? The love we had for each other was incredible. It still is now. It's as stronger than it's ever been because it's been so long. It's been going on. So anyway, thank you. After a little affirmation on the phone, little ding ding. That's literally Lily looking at me and she's saying, "Go, go, go! Keep talking. You got stuff to do." Anyway, yeah, I know. Thank you for the light action. You know, if you wouldn't have done that, I'd still be talking. Anyway, so what happened was in the equivalent of 10 hours time, which on Gera was a lot more. The size of Gera, remember the hours, the way we think of hours, 24-hour cycle during the day. On our planet, it takes so much time. On Gera, she was 270 times the mass of Jupiter, and Jupiter is so much bigger than the Earth that 10 hours over there is a hell of a lot more on Gera. So anyway, but that's how long we were together. We had a nice calm evening. There's water and everything around, and we went down and laid down and had a night together. And in the morning we got up and then started foraging out for fruits and stuff. We were picking fruits off the trees, and then there was something in coming in like the woods or something that's like jungle behind us. And I was over here, she was over here. There was a field over here. I remember this just distinctly. And all of a sudden, something attacked me. I went to grab it, and then I saw something attacking her. We were both attacked about the same time. We actually connected with our eyes at each other while we were being ripped apart by huge teeth, claws, everything. We just destroyed. I got out of the body. We both got out of the body right away. I went right back in the face of the original male and female. I hit them with a shot of energy that knocked them off. That knocked them over. It's like, and I said, really? So the next life, the second life, we made different bodies. When we were going back in there, we made bodies that would not be destroyed. We would kill them. Anything that came at us, we're going to rip it apart. The second life ever had. The first life Lily and I had was these other bodies. The second life, we made the Drachk race. So the Drachk and I probably shouldn't say this, but the Drachk representative, council member that came by here recently, I mentioned, he calls Ara father with a lot of respect. There's a reason for that. It's like when the face started, coming around the house, calling me father. I'm just, just kind of weird. I'm just old, that's all. Somebody had to do it. I was the one there. First one with a mop, Mr. Cleanup. The original Mr. Clean. It's funny. You'd have to be really, well, not really old, but you'd have to have met the commercial for Mr. Clean to understand that. Anyway, so that's where the Drachk came from, and that's why they're so damn powerful. Everyone's like, oh, the Drachk are these monsters are killing us. I'm like, all this hoopla. Folks, they're beings. They've been around forever. The Antids was second race created, and they're very much insectoid, but they're humanoid. They're cool. They're awesome. Incredibly compassionate. And by the way, the Drachk and the Antids, they came over here to our solar system after the Drachk left, and this, I want to call him an ambassador. He's a council member, but one of his duties is like an ambassador. He left and went back to the other council. There's 12 of them in the council, and he went back and he talked about what happened while he was here. We had a conversation, and now they came back. What, 3 days ago? About 3 days ago, and the Drachk ship showed up, a big one. Okay, right behind it, a bigger Antid ship came up. Here come the Drachk, poof. Here come the Antids, poof. They had a little talk with this Confederate, the Federation, the Space Federation, whatever they call themselves. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want the word. They mean nothing to me. It's their, system they have to try to control stuff. All that was put together by the original first being male and female. Stuff they've done matters not to me other than tearing it apart and rebuilding it. Okay. Remember, a hammer can destroy stuff. It can also build stuff. So anyway, make a long story short, I hope. They sat down. The two of them sat down, representing their races. The biggest, strongest, most powerful, intelligent beings in the physical creation, third dimension. And the Drachk spoke first, and they said, yeah, we got some problems with the way things are happening here. that Air Force base in I think northern New Jersey. This ambassador went down there. This Drachk council member went down there, and they had already cleared out, all but a few of the quote-unquote prisoners, and actually, there's only a few prisoners doing like cleanup, maintenance kind of stuff like that. Everyone else had already been taken away a while ago. The Drachk knew that. They're not stupid. But everything, the idea is to go there and see everything, see how they present everything when they already know, and then you find out how little or how zero honor these beings have that they deal with. And then it's the whatever the name is for them, I just call it like the Central Intelligence Agency of this Federation. They're the ones that allow the abductions, the mutilation of animals, all kinds of sick stuff. They give out permits for the races to do that. Who the hell are they to do that? Our eggs and sperm that are taken out of us to create children. Who the hell gave them right to do that? There's these what they call the blue spheres. They've been around here forever. Okay, I mean not forever, but a very, very long time, over 1 million years. So the area is controlled. Who's letting this stuff happen? This Federation. Everyone's like, I'm a medium for the Federation. Hey, Herky, I know. I love you, baby. And these people say, I bring this, I bring that, Lashtar command. Oh, yes, I speak for so-and-so, blib-blob of the bib-bob. I'm like, really? Come on. Some of these people are actually barely talking to their spirit guides. I love you, Herky. I'm going to hurry up, okay? They're barely talking to the spirit guides, and they're so high on it they make up stuff. Others just con artists wanting money and everything else. Whatever. There's all kinds of stuff going on out there. So, basically, the Drachk and Antids have put them on notice. The whole Federation, their council, they got together outside, separately from the Drachk and Antids, which is crazy. They're the most powerful telepaths in body. Anywhere. Like they can't access everything being said. That's a joke. Look at Ta'ir, the awesome individual, Source family. He's incredibly powerful. I love you, Herky. What is it, buddy? You want to come in here? Good boy, honey. Good boy. Anyway, something going on there. Herky's always brought message and stuff for me all the time. Anyway, the truth is, everyone has incredible abilities. And this time you started touching base with them, okay? That's what all this is about. That's what I'm about. You coming alive, but I got to talk about some other stuff. So everyone thinks, right, Herky, I know, everyone thinks that the Drachk are these big horrible monsters. No, they're not. It's the original first race, okay, made the second life that the second life ever had. This, the first life Lilianara, second life Lilianara. Good boy, Herky, honey. Go ahead, lay down. Go ahead, baby. No, you want to go in and take your other bed? Okay, honey, good boy. And incredibly powerful. They were made that way. After getting eaten up the way we did the first life, we were not going to make a body that was, deficient. When I went back with a big old hammer. And I love Lily. The most important thing I can do is protect her. I'm not trying to make this about Lily and Arrow, I'm not. But I want you to know about the Drachk. The truth about them, where they came from. They are some of the most compassionate but powerful beings there are. They're aggressive, but they're compassionate. These people, if it wasn't for the Drachk hanging around and the Antids, you would not have freedom whatsoever. This planet would have been taken over a long time ago. So all of those, all that crap you hear on the internet about, oh, the Drach, the Draconian, blah, 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 blah. When they say Draconian, they don't even know what they're actually talking about, the Drach. People talk about stuff they hear, and then they make up their own story. Everything turns into crap. The Drach are these horrible people, they eat your children, well, you know, I'm like, you're kidding me. It's like when I talk about stuff about them, I talk about them, they're people. I don't have any hoopla. Damn. You see on the internet, the Andromeda galaxy is going to collide with ours. Earth is dying tomorrow. Wow. That's nutty. Sometimes people see something happening, sometimes it does. And sometimes it doesn't happen, it's stopped. When I was waking up, I had something happen, and this was a long time ago. This was 2010. It was when I ran into this. I started running into it in 2009. I was seeing some stuff going I didn't understand, and in 2010, I started actually seeing it happen. The 8/11/11 tsunami. It was stopped. Never happened. I saw it happening. I was the original male and female were there. They said, you got to, reach two different people. One is someone who a spiritualist that talks with people. He's Andromedian. The other gentleman worked with NASA. He's important person there, and he's Palladian. And I had to approach both of them. That's what I was told to do. Back then, I was, trying to get along with the original male and female first being, and it didn't work too good. So anyway, I literally kept seeing this wave hit. I got dates, times, the foot measurements. You can see it all. I saw it happen. I went to sleep one night, and then back then I could astral project because my energy wasn't part of the field. Actually wasn't field, whatever. So I literally was relaxing, and then I start floating out of my body, and then all of a sudden I'm looking up at a big wave, and then you look at the very top of it, and it was kind of like a murky green, but it was soft green, kind of healing, but it was murky green, and then I floated up above it, and then I went to go over the back of it, and it was so high, 35 foot going up. When I went to go over the back, it was only like a 3 foot drop, 3.5 foot drop. And immediately I went to pull my feet up, and I said, stupid, you're not even in a body. When stuff like that happens, that helps you understand, yes, this is real and it's happening, okay? Like I said, waking up is hard to do, but all this crap that's on the internet, that's making it a lot harder, especially for those of you that are solar plexus oriented. The gentleman I talked to at NASA, Palladian, he went ahead and got together with some of his buddies, and they created a situation I'm not going to go into again that actually kept that from happening. And the part of them right outside of me made sure that it wouldn't happen. So anyway, that's the one time I brought something up that was really important, and it was. And it was because the Palladians got involved that things were, made to follow a certain way, but at the same time, I had this feeling, I know that part of me outside never would have let it happen. Over 1 million people would have died. That's enough about that. But also, Anne didn't, she didn't know me till 2014. When this stuff happened, it wasn't out in video. There's next to no mention of it. When I talk about it, I don't dwell on it. But I did bring it up a couple times. Just it needs to, be out there. But she said in 2010, 2011, but especially in 2011, she kept seeing this catastrophe of water, like a storm thing, but water coming in, hitting Texas, coming in from the ocean. And that's what she was seeing, the wave. Anne is incredibly powerful. Okay, back to the misinformation. There's so much misinformation, and people try to connect this dot to that dot to that dot to that dot. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you take all this stuff that different people say and try to put it together? I am so sick of people having said, Jay, what you're saying, this other person said it too. And I would go to listen to it 3-4 times, and I said, what are you talking about? I don't say anything of that. They're trying to formulate something that's the truth. It's not. You can't take crap and turn it into a good meal, okay? Fertilizer is not a good meal, okay? Dung beetle, yes, you know. The only way you're really going to find the truth, you can find something you try to relate to and then try to understand it and then find your own truth on and off. But here, that's the key right there. You have to have your own truth. You have to find out for yourself, and you can't really do that until you awaken. You have to come alive first. How can you make a good decision if you're like, oh yeah, boom, that's it? You can't. You have to really apply yourself. Well, if you're applying yourself physically without using the big part of you, your metaphysical abilities, you're doing the same thing. Your metaphysical abilities, oh, we only use 10% of our brain. Bull crap. All of you are using a lot more. 45% and up. Every single one of you are. And when you awaken your metaphysical abilities, you start going right up to 80-85%. Okay? The movie Lucy, I forgot her name, Scarborough or something. She's on with the Marvel thing, Avengers. I can't remember her name. Johansson, Scarlett Johansson or something. She's Source, by the way. She's family. Lillionaire. They talk about, oh, you reach 35%, you can manipulate matter. Wrong. It's a TV show. But because a lot of you watch it, you start thinking that, folks, you're not going to find truth until you go inside yourself, find yourself, open up, and then see for yourself. Okay? Everyone's running around like ants going crazy. Actually, ants don't go crazy. They have a format for what they're doing. That makes sense. But it's like going into a crowd and dropping a stink bomb and watching everyone run. Okay? That's what it's like when you go looking for truth. You're looking for a good salad in the middle of a dairy farm pasture. Okay? I think you know what I mean by that. You're not going to find salad, but you'll find something else. How can you make a good decision until you're utilizing more of yourself? When you try to put 2 and 2 together and it doesn't work, and then you start saying, well, gee, maybe it must be just me because these people know. And say, oh, they wrote a book. They wrote 2 books. Oh my God, they've written 10 books. Oh, they have to be so smart. No. You're made to doubt yourself. This is all to keep you going around in circles. It was done by the original first being male and female. It keeps you from ever settling down, calming down, flowing inside yourself, and seeing with everything you have. Become aware of everything with everything you have. Use everything at your disposal. The internet's there. I got all the information. No. You have a flow of crap. You have a polluted river. Okay? Does it mean it's not something good in there? Good luck finding it. Okay? There's a lot of good stuff on the internet about love, compassion, and stuff, but when people take something simple and then they try and turn it into something else like numerology, I had a lot to do with numerology on this planet, okay? One of my lives. I made it simple, easy to understand. It's a way for you to have a basic piece of fact, the basic knowledge of the number, what it means. And then from there, use your own abilities to feel into that and to see and to make sense out of it, and then you find out it makes sense. It works. It's like my room cards. It's the same thing. It makes sense. It helps you become awake. It helps you become aware. Okay, this one here is unicorn. This card is unicorn. It's unicorn energy. Can't stand negativity. Unicorn is the one animal that literally goes after negativity and just looks at it. If it's aggressive, it attacks. Period. Okay. This AWAS. This is the one that was IWAS. Excuse me. This is the one that was missing from the deck at first, and I had to make new ones. It basically means all things in all different ways. It's symbols. That's funny. That's dragon. That's dragon energy is incredibly powerful, but at the same time, it's it has a lot of heart, and it's not overly active to go after. It won't attack something the way unicorn energy will. People think that unicorn energy is fluffy puffy. No, it's not. Very clean, very serious. Now, Jim, I was just starting to believe Jay, and he starts talking fairy tale stuff. These are things you're going to find out when you wake up, that there's actually stuff out there. There's a lot of people waking up, they see this stuff all over the place. You can't convince them that they don't see it because they see it. And until you see it, you won't have your own truth. That doesn't mean as you wake up you're going to see dragons and unicorns, okay? Their spirit, their sentient energy, but you will start seeing other people. You can talk to the people that have been with you that are dead. That, you know, their bodies are dead, but they're not dead, they're alive. Going into the body is a part-time thing, folks. It's a leased vehicle. I had so many people get a hold of me, not mad at me, but so upset that my last channel got taken down. I had over 500 videos on there. That was your information. It was free. It was my offering. Hey, boom. It's not my fault. So, now I'm starting to leave more information. I believe this stuff will be hanging around. But if not, it'll be made available. Okay, that's enough of this garbage. These books, okay? It's like, this is a commercial for Jay. No, it's not. This is an offer for you, okay? This is what, if you have this stuff, as you become awake and aware, this is what you're going to see. I mean, those people that can really see, talk to them. There's you and Paul, and there's others. Talk to them about what they see. Okay? Creation. Its beginning and your origin. This is how everything started. The very first being. When God was always there. No, it wasn't. What you call God was the original first being, male and female. And Father God, that you all call him Father God, that was literally the original first being female. This is what happened after everything was made. How the creation started growing. Some new beings that came. This is the fight that went on. There's a lot of stuff in that fight I never put in there because it's part of me, what I did. And the last thing I want to do is make something about me. Folks, this is your information. It's, you know, there's a part of me that realizes I'm, you know, dealing with some scientists right now, and it's like, this is the kind of thing when they hear it, look at me on the internet, they'll say, okay, well, this guy's nuts. He's talking about dragons and unicorns. I don't care. Things are what they are. That's my job, to present that to you and then get the hell out of here. So, I'm rebuilding an information base for you to have to access later. Those books, y'all are finding out it's true, and I tell you, read it slow, because there's so much information in there. It's like a textbook. This is stuff you've never seen before. It's, again, like the editors, the main one and the secondary editor, another editor, one of the main editors at CreateSpace. It's like, you know, there's so much stuff here. You talk about it in a simple way, but this stuff isn't anywhere. And it builds up. It starts on something and it grows. Because that's how creation grew. What do you want me to do? Okay? You start with how everything from the first being literally became itself. And then from there, it released part of itself. You know, it made itself too. The creation of male and female. I mean, everything's in there. Even the, getting hammered. Even the, and I'm getting upset. I'm frustrated. Trying to deal with all the mud that the original first being male and female put here, and now that they're gone, plus the angels are gone, and everything else that was causing the issues, people are doing stuff that they're just doing, and they're responsible for what they're doing. So anyway, folks, this is how it started. The original first being. And from there, how it grew. Your history, that book, its creation, its beginning, and your origin. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. That's how it started, folks. That's where you came from. People want to know, there it is. So, when we're in human bodies, we're attached to all these emotions. It's like an emotional amplifier. Like when you put a speakerphone up to your mouth, you turn it on and it amplifies your voice. That's what these bodies do for a spirit when it's in there. It amplifies the feelings that happen and the emotions. And that rattles us. That makes us stronger. A little bit is strife, but when it gets overly aggressive and abusive, then it's danger. There's too much danger out there, okay? And it's being stopped, it's being changed. But we all need to have some kind of proof of what's going on. And you're all looking at it on the internet. It's like I've said before, gonna say it again. If you will just spend as much time relaxing, breathing, trying to open up as you do on the internet, you're gonna start getting somewhere. But everyone's running around like, freaking out everywhere, all over the internet. Get this, put it together, write this down. What? Compare this, compare that. Wow! I found something that matches. Hey, you go out in a dairy farm where they have the cows out there. You're going to find some stuff that matches, but you're still going to have what you found. Fertilizer. So anyway, this is not about there's no truth on the internet. There is. But you can take a little bit of truth and try and turn it into something, and it's gone. It's sad, but the only way you'll really have truth is to awaken who you are. Thank you. You don't, number one, you don't have to get cranked up. Number two, you don't have to buy the books that I wrote for you. Okay? Number three, you don't have to have stones, touch stones, and let their energy enhance you. Okay? You have to relax and flow inside yourself. Just relax and go inside yourself. The more you do that, the closer you get to where it's happening. And once you do that, there you are. Now, when I go into people and crank you up, all of you that have cranked up, I tell you this. I get you to relax and calm down and try and feel the changes that are going inside your head. Now, also I say try to feel it. Just leave yourself open. Just relax, and whatever happens, happens. That's what you do when you go astral projecting and everything else. Folks, there's a lot more going on behind my words and my actions than you understand. Subliminal, I don't care what you want to call it. What I am is spirit is doing this through the body. I have no idea some of the stuff I'm doing as far as the depth, the little other things that are in there, until some people have brought it up. One source, family member, she's really cool, from Lilianara, very strong solar plexus. I met her years ago. She's a promoter. And I told her, I said, man, I'm just simple as an old man in overalls. She goes, oh, no, you're not. I promote people all the time, big names. And you have so much. I've never met someone who puts out so much different information, what they're saying. It hits on so many levels. And I was, I appreciated her kind words. And I just kind of looked at it, and I'm like, huh. And then I started looking at it a little further, and then I was seeing the part of me inside putting this stuff out through the body. All of us do that to an extent. Okay? Folks, you have no idea who you really are. You're so much cooler than what you think. You can do so much more. But the more yourself you actually are, the stronger you are, the better decisions you'll make. And the easier things are going to go for you. Okay? Everything is wrong about our friends in space. That was done deliberately. Originally by the original first being male and female. It's done by your governments. Look at all the chemtrails that everyone's putting out there, and one of the most disgusting groups there are anywhere is that United Nations. They're nasty. They're dirty. They're disgusting. I get a big kick out of the another group for the Olympics. That Olympic committee. That's funny. I was doing something. This is going to freak someone out. I hadn't told her this yet. I had met someone at a bar once. She worked for the CIA. I forgot all about this. This was in Woodstock, and she and I were talking, and I was asked. I used to be very strong, okay, and highly trained, not like special forces. No, not going there. I was highly trained and very good with whatever. Anyway, and I met her. I didn't know it was a setup, and then she wanted to show me some stuff she had at the house, and when was the Olympics here? '96. This happened in Atlanta. The Atlanta Olympics, I think it was 1996. I left that area in '92 when I bought this house. So she invited me over to the house to look at something. We went in the back room, and she had a big board up. I think this was like a this was probably 90, 91. Anyway, 1990, 1991. Anyway, and they had all the different limo drivers that were CIA agents that were going to, this is going to piss them off good, that were going to drive the different delegates from the different countries around. You know, everyone knows it, everyone involved knows it, but it was funny. And I said, okay, she's showing me a lot of stuff. And back then, I wasn't really awake. I mean, I've always been different because of what I am, but and I knew things. I thought I was doing it. I thought everyone did it, but no, it wasn't like that. Anyway, but I was definitely not awake. Okay, period. So anyway, she showed me all this stuff, and she said, "Yeah, the Olympics is coming here in 1996." And I said, they haven't even voted on this thing yet, or any. I mean, and she just laughed. She said, "You think that's not something that's taken care of? It's like you're voting. You think your voting really matters? I mean, it matters to you to speak your opinion. Not only do I understand that, I honor that. That's awesome. Maybe there's a better way to do that. But anyway, I got a big kick out of that. And then later on, I got into it. I had a real rough night one night and got into it with one officer, and I wound up going into spending a night in a holding cell, and the next morning, I just got out, no big issue, no big thing whatsoever. But sometimes I speak my piece, and I have to pay for it. But anyway. So then I had my attorney go to court with me, and his name was Tony, really cool guy, and a Southern gentleman by all means. And so we went in there, and there was a new judge in there because there were some problems in I'll go ahead and say it. No, I won't. Okay, whatever. In this county I was in. there were some problems with the judges and stuff. Uh, this one particular town had some issues, so it was a different judge. But Tony was saying, Jay, just just be calm. Let me talk. Just say yes or no. Just don't don't let him have it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, he and I had done some stuff together before, just very small little stuff. I've never been in a lot of trouble, whatever. Not in that kind of regard. So anyway, so we're up there, and the case got called, and then apparently there's speakers that go from the courtroom into the judge's chambers, and this is a long time ago. And then as soon as they called my case, and we stood up, and then Tony just asked me just be quiet, and we stood up, and then all of a sudden, here comes this young lady from the judge's quarters, in and walks up, whispers in the judge's ear, puts down paperwork, and that's funny. I forgot all about this. Puts down the paperwork, and the judge looks at it, looks at me, and then looks at her and smiles, and he goes, okay. So anyway, she looked at the lady looked at me, kind of smiled, and she walked off. What she wanted me to do, I had to decline because my knees were already getting bad, and I would have been in jeopardy. It had to do with the Olympics coming here. Some of the folks that were coming here from other countries, and they wanted me to help them out with something. There actually is a Delta Force. That's actually real. Okay. Anyway, so. I guess it's okay. I'm just putting out a lot of information I never touch on. Anyway, so she looked at me and smiled, and then she walked away, and the judge takes his mallet and he goes at for adjudication, which means he's just blown it away. No, non-process of law. I'm sorry, it was non-process of law. Referred adjudication is something that happened in San Antonio. And then it was dismissed, and then the DA got so mad because I gave this officer hell. Okay, I really didn't hit him. I gave him hell. So he took his cane, he smacked the hell out of the table, got all upset, and the judge told him, sit down. But there's what you're told is garbage. Okay, on the internet. Just look at what's on the front pages with 2 million hits. This one I keep seeing, it keeps popping up. There's a picture of a rhinoceros, okay, and then there's a picture of a male lion, and then this male lion is like this big, the rhinoceros is this big. Okay, we have a little problem with proportions, and the rhinoceros has his head up and the spike's inside the lion, and then there's fake blood around there, and some kid put it up there and said, this is real. Now that's really big crap. You can look at that and see it, but the problem is all the other stuff other people are talking about, and everyone's excited they want to see something. What's real and what's not? That's a big question. Isn't that the main question here? Isn't that the main question in your mind? How do you know what's real? Well, I got another question for you. How can you really make a good decision on that until you become your full self? Answer, you can. You can try and put 2 and 2 together. Any of you that have been mathematicians, there's different bases of math. Base 10, base 2, blah, blah, blah. If you're working with numbers in different bases, how the hell do you put something together to make it work? Get a good simple algebraic equation out of it? You can't. Oh my God, Jay actually sounds intelligent sometimes. I'm a simple person, but I'm not simple-minded. I have moments when I can barely walk because of what's going on with my brain growing for what I need to do. I fight stuff on the other side. I go into people's brains all over the world, making their brains physically grow, making their abilities come alive. No, I'm not normal. And I'm almost gone. Oh, that's another thing. I need to fix the website. This is my problem, not Deanna's whatsoever. I do the best I can. I screw up all the time. I've always told people, hey, you want to see a screw up? Watch me long enough, you'll see it, and you don't have to wait too long. Like right now, the The appointments are going from the 14th to 18th. Well, pretty soon I'll have another time to do it. I was told to take time off that I'm kind of in right now. I'm just starting to go back to work again. And then at the 18th it'll stop, and then I'll come out real quick with another area. These times in between, I'm doing very important things. It has to do with bringing people to life, like Ann. It has to do with my lawsuits. It has to do with, got to do this for the house. I have to set this up over there. I have to do this over here. Go here, do that. These are things I have to have time for. I don't control the future. It's being run for me and around me, and I can actually pretty damn well trust it. Will they screw up, do stuff I'm not happy with? Yes. But will it happen? Yeah. I'll be here through the summer, folks. And after that, I don't expect to be here at the end of the year. I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. I gotta go. Stuff I gotta do. You'll never hear about me putting a gun in my head. That's crazy. When it's time, it's gonna happen. Just boom. Everybody was so mad when I didn't leave before. It's kind of funny, you know. You're supposed to be dead and make me rich. It's like, what? I already made you rich. What are you talking about? It's amazing, people, sometimes. So anyway, what is this about? There's a lot of garbage on the internet. When something doesn't make any sense to you right away, would you please drop it? Everyone's holding on to this crap. You take stuff on the internet and there's stuff in the Bible and the other books and try and make something that fits. It won't fit. It'll fit in a big dung bag, okay? It'll fit in a bucket full of fertilizer. That's what it fits in. That's where it belongs. When you relax and start seeing things for yourself, then you have your own truth. Am I wrong? How do you deny the truth in that? You can't. A lot of people can't see nobody can see everything I see. A lot of you are getting there, and that's good, because I'm leaving, and then y'all are doing this stuff to help other people wake up, and it gets bigger, 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 and that's what happens. Our friends from space will pop in, and then it's a known thing. I get excited sometimes when I talk about some of the garbage that's put out here. It's nasty. There's no need for it. The Drachk this, the Antids, will eat you. Wow, really? Spend as much time relaxing, flowing inside yourself, and trying to feel whatever you can. Look for image in your head, symbols. Try to understand it. Let whatever happen is going to happen, and then just relax and see. There's too much fear, too much hype, and there's a lot of desire to learn. So that causes issues. Folks, spend more time relaxing inside yourself. Become more alive. And you're going to fish through the internet just as easy as I do. Okay? I love you all, man. Have a good one. Hey there, folks. Now, it's still Wednesday, June 15th, 2016, 10:10 a.m. 10:10, huh? Complete this. I'm going to try to be a little quieter. I got Herky over here laying down on the bed right next to me. Things are winding down for the both of us. He's really getting tired, though. The video I'm going to attach this to is talking about all the garbage that's on the internet and stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. Well, what I'm going to tell you is going to seem like it can fall into that category, but it doesn't. When you'll find that out, not until the future, if you do. There's a second reason why I have to bring this out. This is the things that are here, that run things on this planet, stuff out in space. I get a lot of visitation. I've never been on a ship flying around, not physically, but there's when I say something and bring something out in the open, it causes issues with the things that are here. It actually makes waves. Okay, I don't expect you to believe that, but I'm going to do this because I need to. The way you feel about me, that's your own gig. Doesn't matter. Love you anyway. Okay. Now, I had mentioned before about the Drachk and the Antids having come here. The huge Drachk ship came in a few days ago, and a week ago or something, whatever. And then a huge Antid. Well, first it was I guess 2 weeks ago or something. A large Drachk, a good-sized Drachk ship, not a real large one, came in, and one of the 12 council members came in. By the way, that council's expanding to 14. Anyway, so he came in, looked at what was around, and you know what everybody was telling him here on the planet, which is kind of a joke. Everyone was lying to him, and he knew it. No big deal. They already knew what was going on before they came down here. It was a matter of seeing who has any honor. With the Drachk and the Antids, honor is a very big thing. So anyway, I got to clean those things off. When they came back, the Drachk came back like what, about 3 days ago, and then they came in a huge ship, and then an even larger Antid ship came in. There were hundreds of people on each vehicle. It was a very serious showing of them. They had to talk with this Federation, plus the Federation, their intelligence agency. I call it CIA just as lack of whatever. It's a central intelligence agency that is involved with everything. It's running it. It's kind of like our CIA, FBI, whatever, you know. Anyway, they have a lot of problems. As I've mentioned many times before, they're the ones that say that feed out the permits for other races to come here and take us and abuse us and do stuff. Nice folk, huh? Like our CIA and FBI that have gone around killing innocent people. They're going to turn into something later that's good, but not now. Anyway, that doesn't mean there's not good people in them, because there are. Okay? The bottom 2/3 of all of them are awesome. The upper third is when you start getting into problems. The upper 1/8 or 10th, that's when you have your serious issues. The people that run them, the people that run the agencies. Anyway, enough about that. What had happened, when the Drachk and the Antids came here, I think I mentioned this in a video already, they actually addressed the Federation and their intelligence agency and said, you know, this is what y'all try to tell us, this is what we already knew, this is what we understand now, and this is not acceptable, and it's not going to go that way. And then the council said, with respect to who you are, who do you think you are? We're the whole Federation of planets. You know, we're like this big thing. You can't talk to us. It's like you can't talk to us that way. It's like a small company going up to a huge company, telling them they can't do that anymore. And they look at them and laugh like, who are you? Well, number one, this Federation that they have out there now that everyone likes to talk about and all this other garbage on the internet, they're falling away. Okay, there's a new one being formed. I mentioned that too. I don't know how many videos ago. Number one, they have no power. Number two, they have no power. Number one, you know, what little they have is being taken away. But number one, the Drachk and the Antids are the two original races. The Drachk were the original race, and then the very next were the Antids. Those are the two oldest races. They're the most intelligent and the most powerful. The Antids are incredibly peaceful beings. They pretty much designed the blue spheres with a limited amount of their technology so they could be used to help protect us. The blue spheres do not come close to exhibiting the extent of their knowledge or their power. Do not think the Antids don't have weapons. They do. Okay? But what they have, the knowledge that they have and the compassion they have, just like the Drachk, sometimes it seems almost limitless. Okay? These are the old races, the oldest races. So anyway, the Drachk, especially after they were, the two of them was the Antids and Drachk over here, and everyone else over here, they're just talking, telling them what's going on. They don't say much. When they do, people listen. So anyway, the Federation, they were just a little put off, like, who you talk to us like that? And they said, well, we're the old ones. That's who we are. And all of you rely on our protection, our knowledge, and everything else. And they literally said, that's gone now. We're removing all of that, number one. Number two, they had 24 hours to give them a decision on on what changes the Drachk and Antids wanted them to make regarding this place. One of them is chemtrails going around the Earth. The Anunnaki that are on the planet, I think of them like pirate Anunnakis, okay? They're just taking stuff and they're nasty. They're the ones that have done this worldwide instigation of chemtrails, and they actually use this joke of with United Nations trying to get, do stuff through them, and of course all the governments separately. So anyway, that's going to stop immediately. And there actually was a whole lot less chemtrails in the last 24, 48 hours or something, whatever. But it's not anything that's going to be stopped. They're not going to be allowed to destroy this planet like they're doing. They've already proven themselves that that's what they're going to do. It's not going to be allowed. There's a place I didn't know about until today. It's called Ceres, if I'm pronouncing it right. If not, whatever. It's Ceres. Ceres. It's, I forget where it's located. I think it's located outside of Jupiter. Yeah, it must be outside of Jupiter, I guess, because the Drachk and Antids are working together on this one device that has already been built and around for a while, and they're going to put it on Ceres, and it literally puts out a soft energy. It's one device. Now these blue spheres, what they are, they interconnect, like spheres, they interconnect, and they make like a web, and anything that goes through there, it throws out a what do you call it in the military? I forgot. When someone demands a password, and then you give it to them, and then you get the correct answer back. But anyway, that's what these spheres do. You send out information, a digital signature. It's not digital, but you send out a signature information, and it accepts it or denies it. Okay. What this thing is, it puts out a field of energy that's huge. It's like a huge sphere, okay? It's real. There's a lot of depth to it where it's soft. And if you fly your ship in there, you're going to start having some problems with your electronics and everything else. Around on the from sitting here at the Earth, on the outside of Mars is where the hard shell of it is. This goes all the way around, everything. It literally is an extremely hard shell of energy that when another ship goes in, it's just going to destroy it. It hits it, and the way I see it as far as energy, it's like sparks, things start coming apart, and poof, it'll literally destroy it. It's like grabbing a hold of an electric fence with a lot of power going through it, but you explode. This nasty stuff, you just come apart like an explosion or something. The idea is that it destroys what hits it. There's no warning. The only warning you get is that soft field of energy that you go through. Today's Wednesday? Thursday is when it's being put up. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, the installation will be finished. And then come Saturday, it's turned on. This thing is interdimensional. You can't get in and out of it. You can't beam in and out. You can't get in and out any way whatsoever. Folks, the Drachk and the Antid are the original ones. They're incredibly intelligent, incredibly powerful, and incredibly compassionate. That's why it kind of bothers me when people talk about the horrors of the Drach race and everything. You know, it's just more garbage put out on the, more fertilizer put out on the internet. Those races were created, literally created, through solid mass and the frequencies of love, powerful love. Arrow and Lily, with a hell of a lot of fortitude, crazy fortitude. So anyway, that's something that's going on. Well, now, why do I have to bring this up? I didn't want to really talk about this. It's like, okay, great. You know, that doesn't affect anyone here on the planet as far as them being able to see it. So I'd rather not talk about it, but it does affect you here, but just not in a way that you're going to see. So fine, you know, I don't care if it makes me seem like a nut. You know, that's the way a lot of people take me anyway. That's fine. I'm starting to provide proof that actually, you know, some of the stuff I do is real. I don't think it'll be too much longer until I have a QEEG set up on my brain, and I'll crank up hard, and you just wait and see what happens. I guarantee you, when I do this, there'll never have been a reading that's as strong as mine. So, as soft as my energy is, because I'm mostly floating out of my body now. There's so much of me floating outside of my body now. Most of it is whatever. Doesn't matter. Some people I cranked up last night, one of them could actually, you know, actually feel the energy over there. You know, she's a little more sensitive to it. But anyway, you'll have your proof of this. But also, this is literally going to stop and halt all entrance to this planet and exit from this planet by the Anunnaki here. They're going to be locked in. They have till Saturday morning, Earth time, whatever time it relates to. It's like early Saturday morning. Friday night, you go to sleep, you wake up Saturday morning, Eastern Standard Time or whatever. I mean, it's already done. So that's going to cause some issues. But it's important that things happen as best as possible with as little damage as possible. And sometimes a show of force will get a lot done. The Drachk and the Antids are wonderful, loving people, incredibly intelligent, incredibly powerful, and they're getting involved. They're like the bigger brother and sister races, you know. The family elders of the physical bodies. So anyway, now that I've said this, before you all watch it, right now that information's all over the place, bouncing all over the place. This energy field will be outside of Jupiter, closer to, you know, in between Jupiter and Saturn. I've said recently that space station out there is closer to Saturn than it is now. That was made to happen for a reason. It's outside of this. It's outside of this zone. So exactly what happens with this? That anything happens where you can see something, or to have any physical proof of any, you know, truth in what I'm saying. You might have it. I doubt you'll see anything. It'll become known later. You know, who knows? Maybe 100 years. I don't care. What matters is that I do it. Things are being done to expose what's here on the planet and to make it as atraumatic as possible, as little aggression and abuse and destruction as possible. Let's see. There's a place where Brigitte likes to go and relax. Brigitte goes. I'll say Gosler. That's the wrong way to say it. I can't pronounce it. It's embarrassing. Um, but anyway, Burju is. I was talking with her this morning. She's gonna, before long, be in this field. I was talking with her and I said, "Man, that field by your house where you go or sit or something, all these people are coming from out of body. They're coming to go in the field." And I was like, "That is so cool." And I'm like, "Hell, Burju, they just want to, when you're there sitting relaxing, they want to be around you." And then, but I was into the people's heads softly, into their energy. They don't have heads, but and they wanted to show off. And I'm like, okay, I guess they all just want to come in and say hi. Well, they do, but they're going to be around her when she does that. I'm not saying you're going to see physical bodies walk by and forth. I'm not saying anything. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But when you start seeing her videos when she's out in the field, those of you that can see, that can feel, when you see her, listen to her or whatever, but extend past that and feel in there, because she's going to have a lot of company. Okay, that doesn't mean you see little orbs flying around and stuff. As a matter of fact, I was this morning I was talking with Burju, and that one video that Prometheus Gauntlet had did, like I don't know what you call it. He could tell you. Where you take something and you dissect it scientifically, and you prove or disprove something to the best of your abilities. And he actually proved that something was going on, whether it was actual fairy or not. But there's was something moving around right around here. And I told Burju, I said, the funny thing is, I said I saw a female the first time, and I looked back and I saw a male, and I didn't say anything. I waited for her to talk. She goes, yeah. She said, I got female right away, but I can see male too. And I said, I see the two of them, a male and a female, holding hands. And she started laughing, because she was laughing before I could, get started saying what I was saying. That video, there's so much bright light. Well, it's not like you see a flashlight aimed at you. But remember, the Fae, that's their body energy they're putting out. That's them, their energy bodies. It was too strong of a male and a female, strong one together, that were combining their light, their energy, so that way you could actually see it. Right now I've got 6, but I think during that video I had 5 lights on, and maybe the overhead too, maybe it was 6, but there's 5 or 6 lights on in this room. Folks, that's bright. When you go seeing orbs and stuff, it's dark. This is light. These folks, this man and woman, they were strong. So over time, I'm sure there'll be things popping up. But I want to bring this up now, because those of you that can see, I want you to flow into that when she does that, and see who you can get a hold of. See who you can see in it. And as you see someone in it, relax, see the frequencies. When you see something as energy, you see them, feel into them. When you feel into them, you're going to feel their frequencies. You're going to know them. That's how we see each other on the other side. That's how I know all you. You've been in different bodies in different lives. How the heck do I know you had a different life over there? I don't have a spirit guide saying this and that. I see it for myself. I don't get spirit guides. The animals, yes. But anyway, and we all help each other, but it's just, I just see it, whatever. The only reason I can see that is because I see you as we always see each other out of body, as frequencies, as a separate group of different frequencies, like a different snowflake, okay? So that's something I want to bring up now. People reach out there and feel them, and then once you see them, then relax and just calm down. Take a nice, good, full breath, and then a little more, and then release. And then release yourself. And a third time, go out. Extend yourself out of your body, and just go into the other side and literally search out those frequencies. When I say search out, you don't have to go like this and go like this. Just know you're going to go there, and you'll go right to it. You have no idea how strong y'all are. Again, the reason for the janitor to be here, okay, is for y'all to understand what you can do. I've had so many people get back with me when I've held up the stones, that video I did, where, look at what you can do or something like that. I remember the name of it. But people have actually gone up there, looked at it, and felt it, and then they said, wow, Jay, I could actually see it. And I said, yeah, You can see it and feel it, but remember, number one, you're going through a distance to see that stone, because nobody was here in the house with me except, you know, my big man Herc. Number one. Number two, excuse me. Number two, you went through time. You went through time to do it. I'm trying to do everything I can to help you understand what you can do. I'm not here to force anything except for what I do on the other side. And anybody I find hurting someone or an animal or something. I keep telling you, you can do so much, and I'm going to do everything I can to prove that to you. It gives you all the more reason to start waking up, to become yourself. Y'all are incredible. You have almost none of you have any idea how incredible you are. I want you to meet the real you. That's all. And I do other stuff on here, you know. It's like what I just did now, what I've done with the Anunnaki before. The Anunnaki here on the planet, like, again, what I think of them in my head is like the pirate Anunnaki. The Anunnaki that are here taking stuff. The Anunnaki race is very incredibly honorable. They're awesome. It's just some of the ones we have here that are buttheads. That's like if a couple of human buttheads got on the Starcraft, went to another planet, and they started being real jerks. I would hope that people on the planet don't think that anyone from the Earth is a jerk. But some of them are. You know. That's the way it is in all things. So anyway, that's the latest of what I have on that stuff. I can't think of anything else that's coming off. Oh, you're going to see a few nice pieces. This is bornite, peacock ore. A lot of times it's called chalcopyrite. There's a slight difference in the chemical makeup. I call it unicornite. It's unicorn energy that's inside the stone. It's very heavy because it's like a meteor came here. Okay. It doesn't have the energy of the planet in it, even though it's been here a long time, because it's got the energy of unicorn in it. Very powerful stuff. There's a very nice lady named Rona. Her company is, I think it's the Peony Silk Road, Peony or something like that. She's on Amazon.com. That's where I've been getting this nice unicornite. She's really nice. She has some really nice Larimar too. She makes some jewelry and stuff. But anyway, hell, I want to help everyone I can. Oh, while I'm at it, Raj, buddy, here they are. I'll try to get them off today or tomorrow. Get them out there to New Zealand for you. They're marked on the bottom what they are. So, and I'm going to send you some loose stones too. All right, folks. Love you. That's all I have for right now. But I'm going to help you all understand what you can do, who you really are. I'm going to leave you all the physical type proof that I can. I can't spend all day calling up people, different scientists and stuff, trying to reach them. This is being taken care of by Lily on the other side. We have to initiate things and try to make things happen. We can't be lazy and expect things to happen for us, because that doesn't exist. It's like the law of attraction. But just, go to put something in motion, and if it's going to help others and it can be done, good chance it's going to be done. Things are going to be like that, pretty consistent soon. So anyway, I'll do everything I can. Folks, love you, man. Have a good one.